All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome to our EdCamp Voxer Google Hangout for our graphic design group that we have set up for EdCamp Voxer this go-round. The purpose of today's Hangout here is to give you a little idea of mostly Canva and how my design process goes in creating images using Canva. And depending on how many people we have, either live or watching, we can answer some questions too here as we go on. So I'm going to go, well, I'll introduce myself here, almost forgetting to do that. My name is Rachel Pearson. I'm currently serving as a STEM teacher for a rural elementary school in southern Minnesota. Graphic design is kind of a fondness I've always had. I have no formal training, so take my advice as you will. But it's something I really enjoy doing, and I like creating art and doing all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a relaxing thing for me to do, which is valuable in our stressful days that are happening all around us. So I have one guest here with me right now, and Joyanne, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, sure. My name is Joyanne Boudreau, and I am a former English language arts teacher at the junior high level. And just this past year, I had my first year as now a library media specialist. So I'm interested in trying to make some different graphics and things for my library.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you could join me today. And I hope everybody that's either watching later or can join us live will find some value in this. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and I have Canva all set up ready to go. There we go. So hopefully you should see my screen now. And basically, if you have never been on Canva before, it'll ask you to sign up and create an account. Now, there are different types of accounts. You can have a personal account that you can use as your obviously personal thing. And there is also Canva for work. So you could use Canva as a business and keep all of your like all your marketing materials in one place, all your branded materials. So username and password, you can sign up with your email, or you can go ahead and sign up with your Facebook account or Google. I signed up with my Facebook account. Oops, I don't need to sign up. I need to sign in. Silly. Here we go. So when you log in, it'll bring you to kind of your home page, and you'll see the graphic I did for our hangout here going online this morning. You'll see my thanks for watching at the end. So up here at the top of the screen, I realize you can't see my mouse, but at the top of the screen, it has a bar across that says create a design. And some of the most common designs are up here at the top. So I frequently use social media as just kind of a catch-all. It's a square. It fits with a lot of different things in Instagram, in Twitter. You can create all of your presentations here. If you wanted to create slides for a presentation, poster, Facebook cover, post, blog graphics, certain paper sizes. If you want to, if what they have here at the top of the screen is not good enough, you can click more. And they'll give you all sorts of different things that you can cover: documents, blogging, marketing, social media, advertisements. And if none of those even fit your needs, you can press the button in the upper right corner for custom dimensions. So if you were doing something particular, that you could set it to whatever pixels you want. So I frequently use the social media, as I said, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. The neat thing about, well, it'll open a new tab. So I'm going to make sure it followed me here. Yep. It'll open a new tab, and the nice thing about it is that over on the left, you'll see a bunch of designs that are pre-made for you. So the easiest thing to do if you have zero graphic design experience is to take one of these pre-made designs. This one has a teacher, so I'm going to pick it because, you know, we love that. Pick one of the pre-made designs, either click on it or drag it over onto the top of your image. And now you can decide if you want to change the text, move things around, add things, or take things away. In Canva, anything that is a paid element is $1. Each paid element is $1. You can use as few of them, which I like to do for free, as you want, or as many as you want, and they're just $1 a piece. So anything that is a paid element will have this grid over the top that says Canva. What I like to do then is head on over to another site called Pixabay.com, which has a huge selection of free high quality images, stock photos, illustrations. There are tons of things that you can find in Pixabay. I'm going to log in. Oh, yep. Go back to the homepage. So what I'm going to design today is a little graphic for, I'm in a group on Voxer called EduMatch, and every Sunday, well, almost every Sunday, they have what we call a tweet and talk. And the one coming up in a couple weeks is a part 2. We have already done one on design thinking, but we're having a part 2. So I'm going to go ahead and create a graphic for this event that we can share on Twitter and promote our tweet and talk. So it's design thinking. So the stock image that Canva had was the teacher in the classroom doing some artwork. So I'm just going to search for classroom, and you'll see there's all sorts. So up here at the top of the page, these are all images from Shutterstock that are sponsored. So unless you want to pay for them, don't pick those. Design thinking. This looks like a really good example of design thinking. So since I have an account with Pixabay, I don't have to type in a CAPTCHA when I download these. So I'll just click free download. It'll give me a couple different sizes, and I'll click download and it'll save it to my computer. I'll go back to my Canva tab here. I'll go into uploads. So I can upload all of my own images that I have permission to use. I could connect to my Facebook account. So I'm going to go ahead and click upload your own images, find the thing I just downloaded, and upload it into there. Hopefully it'll work. Give it a second. There we go. So now all I have to do is drag it over into the area where I want it. Each element will have these circles in the corner where you can resize it. Or can I change the framing? That's the other question. Guess what? I'm going to start over. Okay. I'm going to just, if you want to delete things, you can just select the elements and either hit the trash can or press the delete button on your keyboard. So now I'm starting with a blank canvas. And I will take that image and put it in here. So since it is very thin, skinny, I'm just going to put it up at the top. And then what I'll do, I think I'm going to have a line or something to kind of block off the space in between. Let's see. How about this one? Because it kind of, the green kind of fits with the color palette in this image. I don't think I'm going to overlap it at all. Too much white space in between, so just pop it up a little bit so it's right up against there. And then I want to move it over just because I don't want white on the edges. There, that looks pretty good. Maybe one more. You can also use, when you select an element in Canva, you can also use your arrow keys on your keyboard just to move it that little tiny bit. Because what I was looking for here was to make sure that both the left and right sides are kind of equal as far as how much green is on the edge. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some text. So I'll go over to my toolbar on the left. And I can just add a block of text if I want. Otherwise, there are tons of free text layouts already made for you that you can edit and change into your own into your own text instead of the sample. Let's see, what do I want? Gonna kind of, you can also change the colors and stuff, so you can choose, even if it's not the right color for you right now, you can always choose to change it. Let's see. We've kind of got a rectangular theme going here so far in the image. So I'm gonna pick, let's try this one. And as I move it, you can see every once in a while that there are little guidelines that show up when you have it centered exactly. I can't change this so it's more rectangular. So I'm just gonna put this kind of evenly in the middle of this white space here. Having blank space is never a bad thing in graphic design. I think it's that fact, I believe it's called positive and negative space. Good to have a balance between. So if I click here, you can see that in my document, it tells me I have these colors going already. So I can change that so it matches those green dividing lines exactly. And I like how in this text box element, it's got this horizontal line that kind of contrasts with the vertical lines that we have for our separation. Contrast is a good thing to have in your images too. So let's try my text. I'm going to change that to, let's do black to try and kind of pull in from that graphic organizer there up at the top. Okay. Can I just get rid of this text down here? Can I do that? Well, it's an empty box right now. We'll figure it out. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and add a regular text box at the top of here. Make it just as long as this line inside. And this is where I'm going to put the title for the tweet and talk. This font was called Railway. I'll change this. Here it is. I'm trying to decide right now if I like that in standard capitalization or not. I have to resize this a little bit so it all stays on one line. That looks pretty good, I think. I'm going to move it down a little bit so it's in between the, there we go. Design thinking. And I like how it automatically sizes in this box. Tweet and talk, design thinking. I'm going to put in the rest of the subheading, the rest of the information here, change it to the same font. I recommend, and this is just my preference, I guess, maybe I read this somewhere, but to have no more than 2 fonts in any kind of design document. Right? Railway? Yeah. Because too many fonts and it really just detracts from the message that you're trying to send. Let me get the date done here and time. Let's see. Sunday, July 17th at 5 p.m. my time. That's 6 p.m. Eastern. Sunday. p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the link is bit.ly tweet talk 52. What do you think, Joanne? Do you think that's good? Do you think I should add more? What are your thoughts and feelings on this?
Oh, I think it has enough.
Okay. Let's see. I'm thinking the other thing I may want to add is the hashtag for Twitter too, because then if people see this, they can see that we have a hashtag on Twitter. I'm wondering maybe if I where the best spot would be, because I don't want to make this too small, because if you're sharing on Twitter, you want to think of people that are using their mobile devices too. So if you are looking at this on a mobile device, you want the text large enough that they can see it clearly. So if I want to, let's see, move this down, that's pretty legible at that size. So maybe I will just put underneath this, I have a little Twitter bird. Where are you? Here you are. In here. And excuse me. I'm going to put that right here on the bottom. Line it up. Make it a little smaller. Zoom in so I can make sure I can get the spacing right. And then I will put in, I'm going to just copy this, copy that. Oops. Match. Move that right next to the Twitter symbol. Make sure it's all lined up. And then since I have something on the left side here, I'm going to just balance it out on the right side by putting in the EduMatch website. Which I believe is now edumatch.org. I just need to make sure that that's right. Come on, internet, don't fail me now. Yes, okay. So if I zoom back out to regular 100%, I think that's lined up pretty well. Maybe move this over just a titch. All right, I think I'm going to call that good. So that took me, what, 20 minutes? 15 minutes, 20 minutes? So if I click up here at the top, I can give the design a title, Tweet and Talk 52. Done. And then when you're done with something, you can choose to share it in the public Canva space. I don't usually do that because I like to keep my stuff my own. And then I can hit download. There are a couple different options for downloading. I usually download the high quality image so I can share it with people, because that way if they go ahead and share it again, it's less likely to lose quality. I like PNG better than JPEG just for that. I know it's it takes up more memory, but such is life. And then you could also download it as a PDF if you wanted to do a print, and you can decide which pages you want. We didn't add any other new pages, but you could do that if you were making a presentation or something. So I'm going to go ahead and click high quality, and then I can go ahead and send that off to Sarah, who is our EduMatch guru lady. Yeah, so that's a quick tutorial on Canva. Joy, Anne, did you have any questions? I know we talked a little bit about different tools. You mentioned a lot right at the beginning about which one to use at which time, so you don't waste your time in trying to figure out which tool is best.
Yeah, so I keep hearing about all these different websites and apps with Buncee, and I've been playing around with Spark the last couple nights because that was mentioned in the Voxer group with the Voxer EdCamp going on. And I've heard a lot about Canva, and I've heard a lot about different ones. And then PictoChart was another one I heard about just recently. So I guess one question would be, do you use multiples, or do you just kind of try to pick the couple that work best for you, or do you dabble in kind of everything?
That's a good question. I do spend a lot of my time in Canva now because I've found that that's most easy. I started out using a website called PicMonkey, which was created by the people who had Picnic first, which was another image editing website. I think it was sponsored by Google at the time. And I know that I started there, but I think I moved to Canva because of their pre-made designs. That was something that I enjoyed, that I could just switch what they had and use my own text and things. PictoChart, I would say, is much more for infographics. So if you're trying to convey certain data to different people, or to show numeric facts about something, that's a good way to do it. I have not used Buncee a whole lot. I did just visit their booth at ISTE and I got a free trial, so I'm looking forward to trying that out, but I haven't had a ton of experience with it, enough that I'd feel confident in showing people online. The other graphic design program that I've used most often is called GIMP, G-I-M-P. It's kind of like a open source Photoshop. I did design a couple posters for some other community groups that I'm in or a part of. I would say, though, that Canva probably has the biggest variety of preset stuff that you can change to make your own, that is the least time consuming. So as far as your situation goes with library media, if you're making signs in your room, in your library, for different books or stations or things that you want to make, I would say Canva would be really easy because they have the A4 layout or the poster layout that you could use that's easily printable from any copy machine or printer that you might have in your building. Yeah. The other one that the other one I don't know if we've talked a whole lot about in our Voxer group, is Pixlr, P-I-X-L-R, and they have I think maybe three or four different applications for image editing. So I know they have Pixlr-O-Matic, which basically is kind of like your Instagram filters. And then they have their Pixlr editor, which is kind of like a web-based version of Photoshop that works too. But that's more of creating things from scratch and starting with a blank canvas. So like I said, Canva has the benefit of having those pre-made designs where you can search for something similar to what you're looking for and then adapt it to what you need. The other one I've been playing around with too from our EdCamp Voxer group here is Word Swag. I had never heard of that before this group started. So I don't remember who it was that shared it first. So thank you for sharing it. Whoever you are, you know who you are. And that's really easy too, to take an image either that you have, or excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Pardon me. word swag. Yeah, you can take an image that you have taken already, or that it actually integrates with Pixabay. So you can search Pixabay for different images as well, and then put text over the top and kind of arrange it into what different fonts and things that you want. It's not as supremely customizable as an app like Adobe Spark Post or Over would have, but it's pretty usable. So any other questions that you have? I don't see that we have any viewers right now, so we'll just take questions from you, and then I guess we could call it a day. Half hour is a good amount of time.
I know that you mentioned that with Canva, a lot of things are free, but some things like cost $1 here and there. Now, as far as accounts, though, are all of their accounts free? Because I was going to set one up soon, but I haven't yet. Or is it one of those things where there's like a pro version?
I know the personal account is free. I have not paid for any account with that. I'm not confident that the Canva for Work is free. I'd have to look into that to make sure. Give me a second and I can find out. Canva. I know they probably have a free trial. Yeah, they give you free 30-day access for Canva for Work. And their site is loading. So it's all about branding your business. And okay, here it is. If you pay annually, it's $9.95 a month. If you pay monthly, it's $12.95 a month. And that's more if you're working with branding and a business. But the personal account is totally free. I've never paid a cent for anything. And they're not paying me to promote them or anything. So just so you guys know that. Excuse me. And yeah, so personal account, I believe, is completely free. And then if you want a trial for Canva for Work, you can do that. Otherwise, it does have a cost attached to it. So most of the stuff I like doing is free because I'm cheap. So, all right. Any other questions?
I don't think so. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much for everybody who, I don't know that we got anybody live, but that's all right. Thank you to the people that are in the EdCamp Voxer group with the graphic design. I've really appreciated learning and growing with all of you in the past couple of days, and look forward to another day and a half of learning with you. Or if the conversation keeps going as time goes on, that'd be great too. So thank you so much. Thank you to Sarah Thomas and all the other organizers of EdCamp Voxer, providing us with connections through voice. And it's been a great experience so far, and we hope that you will all be able to join us next time.